Hey guys, it's Dave from Mike and Dave Hit the Stage. Little issue, pretty big issue. When recording this past few episodes, I messed up every single one of them. The first one, I got a single frame of the two of us. We looked ridiculous, and it's literally a single frame, so it wasn't worth keeping. The next one, we had amazing motion blur, which would be cool if we were in the Matrix, but we're not. The following one, I had lighting issues plus the motion blur. And then to top it all off, I got all that fixed. And the last episode, I got the lighting fine. I got the video going, except it was out of focus. So the next 4 episodes are going to look pretty jank. I'm going to include this video at the beginning of each one just to show you what good video looks like. And then you're going to see that we have either no video or terrible video. I'm not even going to do the edits that I normally do, throwing artwork up. It's a lot of work for terrible video quality. So I promise I'm going to try to do better. I love you guys. Take care of each other. Take care of yourselves. Bye.
Welcome, everybody, to Mike and Dave Hit the Stage. I am Mike.
And I am Dave.
Today we are doing songs used perfectly in movies.
Episode 22.
Woo!
It's interesting.
Yeah, man. I can't believe we've done 20. Well, we're about to do 22.
22. This is going to be the first time we're actually using movies and media.
Yeah.
Along with, our normally we do music videos and stuff. Mm-hmm. If they're there. This time we're specifically going YouTube for this.
Yeah.
These are all YouTube clips.
Yeah, because we tried to do YouTube music, but it blacked a lot of them out.
Yeah, it wasn't available for music because these are movie scenes.
Yeah.
And they're the ones I picked are pretty specific to those
Right.
scenes.
Yeah, yours definitely didn't come out like mine did.
Well, different perspective.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yours was,
I'm a little stupid.
I don't know.
Have
you seen all these movies, by the way?
Every but one.
Me too. I have not seen The Crow. I think I have seen The Crow. Maybe I did see The Crow, but a long time ago. What?
I'm mad at you.
Why?
That you haven't seen The Crow.
It's not my type of music. Movie.
Weren't
Why?
you an angsty teen at some point?
Yeah, but that was too. I don't know.
It's surprisingly good.
Is it?
It is.
Is that?
I'm not one to defend goth stuff.
Yeah.
It's good.
Now, did they made another one too, right? Or
They made more than 3. And there was a TV series.
Really?
Yeah, the problem is Brandon Lee, the star,
Right.
died during the filming of this.
Right. He got shot.
He got shot by another actor using a gun filled with blanks.
Rust style.
No. No, that was
was
a
a real
different kind
bullet?
of catastrophe. I don't know what happened with Rust.
Yeah.
This was like, okay, there's a thing in martial arts community that the Lee family's cursed.
That's what I heard. Yeah.
Because Bruce Lee died mysteriously.
Right.
There's theories that he was poisoned.
Okay.
He had made a lot of people angry. Brandon Lee, it was a freak accident.
Uh-huh.
It was completely like the wadding from one blank got stuck in the barrel, and then the next bullet was chambered, and when they fired that, it acted as a bullet, firing the wadding at him.
That thing could kill you.
Oh yeah,
Isn't it like? I think of wadding. I think of like wax or something.
there was an actor named John Eric Hexum.
Uh-huh.
He was in some TV show. He was model / actor.
Okay.
And he was showing somebody how blanks work, and put the gun to his head and blew a chunk of his own skull into his brain and killed himself.
Nice. Oh, not nice, but I mean,
Blanks are dangerous.
yeah.
All firearms should be treated as dangerous until you are sure they're empty, and you still treat them as dangerous.
I just realized we're talking about one of the movies and we haven't even gotten to it yet.
Yeah, we're not there.
Yeah.
It's not even the first song. It's not even the first one.
No.
We're idiots. So, erase all that.
Yeah. Right.
Here we go. First one is from Shaun of the Dead.
Yeah.
This is Queen, Don't Stop Me Now.
Right. Have you seen this?
Of course I have.
Is it not the greatest? One of the greatest movies ever made?
It's the best zombie movie.
Yeah.
You know, all the horror stuff is great, but Edgar Wright does movies the right way. Baby Driver,
I never saw Baby Driver.
you should.
But I've heard mixed reviews about it. I've heard people who don't like it at all, and I've heard people who love it.
Those people are douchebags.
The people who love it?
No, the people who don't like it.
So
I do love it, and I am a douchebag. So that's incidentally correct.
So when we picked this this list, this was the first movie I thought of because this scene stuck out to me as soon as I saw the movie.
Now, I don't know if you know this about Edgar Wright. Every movie, he has a fight scene or an action scene set to music.
Does he?
Every single one.
What was it in Hot Fuzz?
Hot Fuzz?
Yeah.
Half the movie.
Oh, was it? I have no idea. I don't remember.
The end of the movie is set to music. I'm trying to think. I don't remember. The End of the World I don't really remember too well, but I know there was one in there.
We'll have to go back and find out.
My favorite is Baby Driver. There's several scenes set to music. And it's because he got that idea from a music video he did for a band in England, where he had Noel Felding from the Mighty Boosh singing and dancing in a car while guys are out robbing something. And that's the music video.
Okay.
They're not the guys robbing a bank, just him in there dancing and pretending to be cool. Just, he made a whole movie based on that. And I love that.
Yeah.
But it's rhythmic beating.
Yes.
It's Dance Dance Revolution with pool cues.
And then the lights. He's doing the lights.
It's such a good movie, and it's so stupid.
Yes. Come on. The first thing when it first started, he tells David to kill the queen, and he's like, "What?
The jukebox."
Kill the queen. What?
You know that the reason they did that is because it's illegal to say in England.
Is it? I didn't know it was illegal to say.
That's where the joke "God Save the Queen" comes from.
Oh, okay.
Because somebody's going to try to kill her.
Right.
So it's such a good scene. That song, it's one of the better Queen songs. All Queen songs are pretty good, but it's one of the more upbeat sounding ones.
And it's also technically the last feel good part of the movie.
Yes,
because after that it goes downhill fast.
It backslides. Hard.
Right. You know, I mean,
it's one of those things you don't want to give away spoilers.
I know. Do I spoil it? You know.
No.
But,
well, it's an apocalypse movie.
Right.
There's no way that it ends amazingly.
Right.
Not my favorite movie ending in an apocalypse. But not the worst one either.
Yeah.
The greatest one is actually a Stephen King book.
Which
that
one?
they turned into a movie. No, Stan sucks.
I don't know.
The book is amazing. The movies all have.
I don't know. They don't.
No, he did one. Now I forget the name of it.
Come on now, Dave.
No, it was Thomas Jane played a father and son duo. They're locked in a grocery store. The Mist.
Okay.
Directed by a two-time Academy Award winner.
Oh, is that the one like he kills like the whatever, and then the mist disappears and then
the military shows up and saves the day. Yeah, and it's already too late.
Yeah,
that's why Stephen King is evil.
Yeah,
he's the best.
Does that movie end the same way the book does? Because I've never
read the book.
I've never read any Stephen King.
I won't judge you for that. Yeah. A lot of people haven't. I've read a few. My mom got me into Stephen King books.
Yeah.
I don't recommend it if you like sleeping.
Yeah.
So,
whatever.
If you're an insomniac, read Christine.
Yeah. Oh, it's boring?
No, it's great. If you're not sleeping, you might as well just enjoy it.
Oh, I thought you meant if you're an insomniac and you want to fall asleep.
No, if you're an insomniac and you want to use that time effectively,
read Christine.
Read Christine. It's amazing.
I got you.
So, now the important part of this.
What's that?
He's singing about doing something that he shouldn't be doing. Don't stop me now because I'm having a good time.
Yeah.
We know what he was doing. Poppers and dudes.
That's all right.
Yeah, no, it's
not
fine.
Something he shouldn't be doing.
It's well,
societally.
No, it was more of a I know I'm probably going to pay for this later, and unfortunately, very unfortunately, he did. It was bad.
Yeah. Is that really what that song's about? I've never really thought about it.
Who knows?
Yeah.
Just remember.
He also wrote about riding a bicycle. Wait a minute.
Bike rhymes with Mike and
what?
There you go.
Come on now.
No, the really good one is actually when you think about Bohemian Rhapsody. It's 9 minutes long. There's no chorus.
Yeah.
How did they come up with this song?
I don't know.
And it goes to the theory that Freddie Mercury was a siren, just singing amazing songs, no rhyme or reason, just luring people in.
Yeah, yeah. All right.
I saw your eyes get wide when I said it. You were like, "Oh my god!"
Yeah.
It was like when I told you Toto's Africa was about werewolves.
No, I knew that one.
No, I know you knew.
I knew that one.
All right, so yeah, it doesn't get much more perfect than Shaun of the Dead, Edgar Wright, Simon Pegg,
Queen.
Nick Frost, Queen, all mixed together.
And all those actors were in a show called Spaced
Yes.
in England.
It's such a dorky show.
I never saw it.
It's actually really good.
It's
Not my favorite British show.
Yeah.
But it's close.
Yeah.
It's close to my heart. So we're gonna move on to Joe Esposito with "You're the Best Around" from Karate Kid.
Come on. If there's a second place for this is this could be neck and neck, really.
It's literally, they play the whole song,
Yes.
the solo and everything, and I have notes.
It's so good.
So the fat guy getting kicked in the gut is the highlight of the scene. It is also the reason I got into karate. I swear to God, I'm like, he can do it.
You get kicked in the gut.
Well, he was in it.
Yeah.
You got to do it.
Yeah.
You got to fuck up to do it. No one in this movie actually knew karate. Not one of them.
Even yeah.
None of them. They all had to be trained. And the ref in that scene is the guy, the fight coordinator for that movie.
Oh, okay, that's cool.
He's a legit stuntman, legit martial artist.
Right.
Wrote for Black Belt magazine.
Uh-huh.
I love this movie.
Oh, Karate Kid's the best.
It's one of the perfect summertime 80s movies.
Right. And it still kind of holds up if you watch it.
Well, yeah, they did a whole spin-off of it, Cobra Kai,
Cobra Kai is awesome.
and it's amazing.
Yeah.
I hate how amazing it is.
The first season was it almost knew that it was cheesy.
Yes.
It knew it took itself, it didn't take itself seriously, which is what's the perfect thing about it.
And then they started bringing characters in.
Yeah.
Other people from previous
movies.
And there's only like 2 people left for them to bring in.
Who's left? You already brought in Terry Silver. You
Michael
already brought-
Ironside and what's her name? Hilary Swank.
Oh yeah.
The bad guy from Karate Kid 3 and the
new Karate Kid.
that's
the
it.
next Karate Kid, whatever it was.
Whatever her name was.
Yeah.
4. This is
not-
Karate
yeah.
Kid 4 basically.
We're gonna leave Jaden Smith out of there.
He doesn't count.
Yeah.
Jackie Chan and Jaden Smith don't count.
Right, they're a different universe.
That was terrible.
Yeah, I didn't even see it.
It was Karate Kid and he was teaching that kid kung fu.
Really?
Yeah.
So it was Kung Fu Kid,
Not even close.
Kung Fu Panda.
It was terrible. Kung Fu Panda is amazing. Also, Jack Black.
Yes.
It's amazing. I just realized it. This is how we get on rolls. We just start rambling about things we like until something happens. One of us says something stupid, the other goes, ah!
Hang on, I got it.
So yeah, this other funny thing, in the background, you can see the other members of Cobra Kai.
Yeah.
Not in this scene, but in that movie, is Andrew Shue, Elizabeth Shue's brother.
Okay.
Is a member of Cobra Kai.
I wouldn't even know who he was.
He's an actor. He was an actor in the 80s.
Yeah.
And LeVar from
Yes.
Revenge of the Nerds.
Yes.
I'm like, hey, good. It was good he was doing something before college. I'm glad he was able to go to college and become himself.
Yeah, yeah.
Have you ever heard the theory about Johnny Lawrence?
Oh no. No, I don't think I have.
Patton Oswalt goes through this long story
Yeah.
about him. Every movie he was in the 80s is the same character.
He was in more than just a Karate Kid.
Oh yeah, no, he's in a couple of movies.
So
he
no
goes
idea.
to the ski resort and tries to start over and be the cool guy, and
Yeah.
some person embarrasses the shit out of him, and then he was in the Rodney Dangerfield movie where he was a diver.
Back to School?
Yeah,
He was?
yeah, he was in that. And this old man embarrasses him. He moves to a new place and starts over.
Right.
He ends up being the gimp in the box from Pulp Fiction. I'll send it to you. It's so fucking stupid.
That's not true that he is.
No, there's none of that.
That'd be pretty crazy if that was the actor.
Because the last thing he says, and with the sweet release of the sword, he says, "Finally." So yeah, it's amazing.
Yeah, and it's Karate Kid, so you can't go wrong.
So we're gonna go to the next scene.
Oh, we're moving. We're moving today.
Because we got some of these have more notes than others.
Okay.
Perfect scenes are perfect scenes.
Right.
Imperfect ones we got to talk about. The next one is perfect. I don't know how to describe it better.
Oh,
Now you had trouble identifying the artist.
right. I know it. I
You didn't know you knew it.
Right.
So this is "Come and Get Your Love" by Redbone from Guardians of the Galaxy. This is the intro of Star-Lord.
Now, let me tell you something, and I'm sure everybody had this. they picked the perfect way to introduce characters that almost nobody knew.
And nobody cared about.
Because coming into this movie, literally, I think I said it to Mary Jane when we were watching. I was like, you think this is going to be any good? I was like, I don't even know who these people are. Everybody knows, Iron Man and Captain America. Even if you don't read comics, you know the names.
Well, it's funny that these movies only exist because nobody would buy those rights.
Which, the Guardians of the Galaxy, or?
No, just the MCU as we know it.
Right.
The initial MCU, the first 10 movies.
Right.
Only exists because nobody would buy the rights to those characters.
Well, the funny thing is when it first started, after Iron Man, because even Iron Man, but then they went and made a Captain America movie, and I was like, how can you make a Captain America movie exciting?
So what happened is in the 90s, they were going bankrupt.
I saw
fast.
that they made shitty ass movies.
Well, they were making before that. They
Yeah.
were making shitty movies because they sold off the rights
just to
to other companies,
Right.
just to have money to maintain the comic book company.
Right.
So they sold off the rights to Spider-Man to Sony.
Yeah.
The Hulk, it was the Hulk, Ghost Rider, Punisher, then Fantastic Four to Fox
Yeah.
or Universal.
Universal, I think, yeah.
Oh, the Hulk was Universal and the others were Fox.
Fox.
And then Fox got X-Men
Yeah.
and a few others. And they bought those rights. And they had the options to buy Thor, Captain America, Iron Man. And they're like, who wants these characters from the 50s and 60s that nobody gives a shit about?
Yeah.
So when Marvel's like, we need to do something movie-wise, what do we have? We have Iron Man, Thor, Captain America. We have the basis of the Avengers.
Mm-hmm.
And they had Ant-Man. But nobody uses Ant-Man.
Right.
Because Ant-Man's a weak character story-wise.
Right.
They found a way to make it better, but just doing Iron Man, they really pulled out of thin air.
Well, Iron Man originally wasn't part of
The Avengers.
the MCU. No, the MCU.
It was supposed to be separate. Yeah, that's right.
It was then they sold them to Disney.
No. You're thinking of the Hulk.
No, that was not the first Iron Man was not Disney.
Yes, no, it wasn't Disney because
No.
they hadn't bought. They didn't buy until after the second or third Thor movie.
Really?
They bought later. Yeah, Disney got involved more recently than you think.
Really? Okay.
The Thor, Captain America, and Iron Man were all done by Marvel
Yeah.
by themselves.
Oh, by themselves? Okay.
But when they did the first Hulk movie, the Eric Bana one,
Terrible.
terrible, and done by Universal. Then they tried to do it again with Ed
Norton, yeah.
and it wasn't bad,
No, it wasn't terrible.
but it could have been better. And then now they haven't done a solo Hulk film because Universal still owns the rights.
Yeah.
And they're allowing them to use it as long as he's not the main character.
Same thing as Spider-Man.
Yes, but the sharing is different
Yeah.
because Sony's actually heavily involved in the making,
In the making of the solo
and
Spider-Mans.
the profits.
Yeah.
Universal's getting something, but not nearly what Sony's getting.
Yeah.
So Sony, they're never giving that up without a fight.
Yeah.
They're gonna have to buy Sony to get Spider-Man back.
Yeah.
Mind you, the PS3. You remember the PS3?
Yeah.
The logo on the PS3 was the Spider-Man font
Yes.
from the Spider-Man movies.
Yeah.
That's one of the reasons they used it. Because
Yeah.
they had access to it, and they're like, "Fuck it."
Yeah.
Free advertising. Every home is gonna have this
Yeah.
written in it.
So getting back to this, the perfect way to introduce
Characters that you don't know.
right and to set the tone of the movie.
Absolutely.
This is not going to be serious at all. This
Which-
is going to be
I don't know how the third one's gonna be.
no. I heard the third one's going to be
Brutal.
yeah.
But the second one starts very similarly
Right.
with Groot dancing and
Mm-hmm. Well, that was it was a toss up between that because my kids loved that second one. When we watched
it was great.
when we watched Guardian of the Galaxy 2, before the movie had started, we had to play that scene about 4 or 5 times so my kids could watch Baby Groot dance. By the way, they're geniuses by making Groot a baby again. You
Yes.
know what I mean? Like
Starting over
starting him over, yeah.
is great because
All the kids sucked it up, man. That's the same thing, but Disney is so good at that.
my wife
Baby
loves it.
Yoda. You know? It's
My wife and son both love that.
yeah.
The specifically Groot is a great character because he's supposed to be like one of the last of his people.
Mm-hmm.
And if you read the comics, that I am Groot is actually a degenerative
right.
disorder.
Yeah, that's all
so
he can
that's
say.
all he's left saying, but he's speaking.
Yeah.
But that's what's coming
Well, that's why Rocket can understand him.
And the universal translators that they have translator implants.
Is that really what
It actually mentions it in the when they're being processed.
Yeah.
By the Nova Corps.
Yeah.
It says universal translator chip.
Ah.
That's why he's able to. He just hadn't heard Groot yet.
Yeah.
So it had to update. That's why by the next movie he understands
understand
it
him?
completely. It's crazy what they thought of.
You know, and it's funny is everybody makes fun of the comic book movies, but they put a lot of thought into it.
They put a lot of forethought.
Yeah,
One
like
of the
background stuff. Like, I mean, in
Absolutely.
Iron Man, I think forget if it was Iron Man 1 or 2. In the background, you see Captain America's shield. And,
That was actually the Hulk.
was it the Hulk? I know. It
And
was
in
one of them.
Iron Man 2, you see the prototype.
Yeah,
And the prototype is not a complete shield.
Right,
And
it's-
it's
yeah.
a joke he uses to prop up a pipe.
and I don't think it's painted. Right, it's just it's still just
partially- it's partially
vibranium or
formed.
whatever. Yeah.
Not even vibranium. It's just the frame.
Well, yeah,
We're such fucking dorks.
I know.
But I still say comic books and heavy metal go heavy together.
Okay.
They all in.
Yeah.
Iron Man's soundtrack, beyond just having Iron Man in
Right,
it,
right.
had great stuff. Iron Man 2 had Shoot to Thrill by AC/DC.
ACDC. Yeah.
Amazing. Mm-hmm. The third one went a little softer. It had something.
I don't remember what the third one was. I didn't like the third one very much.
Nobody did. Nobody loved it.
Yeah.
It was directed by Shane Black, and he's a different director.
Okay.
The first two were Jon Favreau.
Yeah.
Second one Shane Black, and then the Avengers movies were Joss Whedon the first two, and then the Esposito brothers took over and they crushed it.
and not Esposito.
Is it Esposito brothers?
The and who else? The brothers, Joe and Anthony. No, not Esposito.
Oh, Russo.
Russo.
Desposito is the producer.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the Russo brothers.
Yeah.
Who are also in some of the movies.
Yes.
Little
Yes.
scenes.
Yeah.
But just looking at this group of characters that nobody was ever going to use
Right.
in Guardians of the Galaxy, they created perfect characters.
Right.
Dave Bautista,
Oh yeah.
professional wrestler,
Yeah.
left, became an actor. He plays a character that does not get.
Humor.
He doesn't get humor.
Yeah.
He doesn't. He gets humor. He doesn't get references,
Yeah.
and it speaks to autistic people in a different way than most people.
Really?
Where they are very literal. They
Right.
don't get
Right.
metaphors and. It went over his head, and it wouldn't go over his head. I'm too fast. I'll catch it.
Yeah.
There are a lot of people who live their lives like that, very literal, and it speaks to them in a different way.
Yeah.
To the point where people have mentioned how good it is by motorcycles. By the way,
I know. Why is there so much noise today?
His fucking trucks and shit.
Holy shit. Anyway.
I blame you.
Yeah.
But yeah, this Guardians of the Galaxy is fucking awesome. I didn't see the Christmas special yet.
I did not either. No.
And that's gonna be-
You know why? Here's the problem. Here's what's gonna. There's too much. No, there's too much stuff going on now. It used to be a movie every what
Year.
or whatever it was. Now like 2 movies. Now you have TV shows. I can't catch up. I don't have time in the day to watch it.
Have you seen the Groot, the I Am Groot miniseries on Disney Plus?
No.
It's animated.
Yeah.
Each one's like 5 minutes long.
Yeah.
It totals like a half hour, 45 minutes. It is fucking adorable.
Yeah.
I highly suggest you watch it with your kids.
Okay.
Like, I can't wait to show Devin.
Yeah.
And Jenny and I watched it one night, just threw it on the projector in the bedroom. And it was just amazing. It was just adorable. What? What? I see your face. Is it the projector in the
Why do
bedroom?
you have a projector in the bedroom? And by the way, I know you mean like I think of a reel to reel.
Because I'm doing fucking hand puppets. What do you think I'm doing?
Fuck do you have a projector in your room
I do
for?
shadow puppets. This is a rabbit. This is my penis. What do you think I'm doing?
I love that just by looking at my face, you could tell that I'm disgusted. Or
I saw
just-
the fucking wheels turning, and I smell bone burning like we were at the dentist. It was fucking terrible.
You don't just gloss over. So we put it on the projector in the room.
I tried to, but you get a face like you had checkmate, but you weren't sure. It was like,
Projector.
yeah, we have a projector. Rather than put a heavy TV on the wall,
Okay.
I put a shelf and a little.
Fucking TVs weigh 5 pounds now.
It takes up space on the wall that we don't have for walking around the
okay,
bed.
all right.
So rather than that, I put above the bed, I put a projector on a shelf.
Yeah.
And a Chromecast.
Okay.
And I have all the streaming apps and whatever I want.
Yeah, I got it. For Father's Day a couple of years ago, I got a projector and a big. Last year, I got a big blow up.
Doll. Yeah, I know. Good. I'm glad you got one.
Blow up projector screen.
Halfway through, you just fold it in half and fuck the bubble. Close enough.
So, yeah, we show movies in my backyard during the summer and spring.
Debbie
and
Does
fall.
Dallas.
Yeah, things like that. Yeah, the kids love it.
Highlander 2, The Quickening.
What?
It's a movie.
Which one is that? Which one is it? The first Highlander that they fight on the top of Silver Cup Studios?
Yes. And then the second one is the one where they wrecked it by saying that they were aliens.
Oh yeah.
And then the original director did a renegade cut where it actually fixes the story.
Yeah.
Also, Michael Ironside's in it. Anyway, back to Guardians of the Galaxy. The important shit.
Yeah.
It is so good.
Yeah.
And the introduction of characters that nobody knew before, nobody would have thought to use.
Right, and by the end, you
love them. And it's the opposite of the Eternals.
See, the Eternals I never saw because
I saw it, and the characters you don't know beforehand,
and you just don't like them,
and you don't care by the end.
Yeah,
because everything they just did doesn't reference with anything else in the world.
Well,
there's nothing that happens before or after that movie that they reference.
Well, because it did so poorly.
No, but even referencing previous stuff.
But why not?
I don't know.
Because I don't think they did in Guardians of the Galaxy either. They didn't reference Iron Man or anybody.
No, Thanos.
Oh, there was the connection. Oh, okay. Yeah.
He wanted Drax wanted to kill Thanos.
Right. So it was
Ronan
connected
the Accuser,
somehow.
and
right.
Ronan was getting the stone for Thanos.
Right.
God, we're fucking nerds.
That's all right. Yeah, but people know this.
Yeah, no, these are the people who watch Marvel movies know this.
Yeah.
There's a whole subgroup of people,
like
sewer dwellers that don't watch movies or don't watch Marvel movies.
Well, no, because they're intellectuals.
Fucking chuds.
Yeah, they're too smart for it. I listen. I love Ron Bennington, but he thinks if you watch Marvel movies, you're like a half of whatever.
Yeah.
So,
my biggest complaint about people complaining about Marvel movies is that they take them as Oscar-worthy movies.
Right.
And
just entertainment.
maybe the special effects are Oscar-worthy, and some of the acting.
Popcorn movies.
Some of the acting is better. I said apping.
Apping. I didn't. Yeah, I give you a pass.
So some of the acting is great. Michael B. Jordan in Black Panther. There are small scenes in the Avengers that stand out as amazing acting.
Yeah.
That you don't really catch right away. I always talk about the first meeting between Banner and Natasha.
Yes.
Black Widow, where she ends up pulling a gun on him, and she looks like she's about to cry because she knows she's terrified of what's coming.
Yeah.
And she thinks it's coming, and then by the time she actually sees it, she's frozen, and she never freezes.
Well, that's right when they fall down the thing, right, and she gets her foot,
and she's,
we're okay, right? We're okay,
and he's not.
Yeah.
That first time when she pulls the gun, you can see it in her eyes, and that's just good acting.
Right.
Another great one is when they're in the helicarrier and Banner's explaining that they can't kill him because he's tried.
Oh, and then they take off, and he goes,
"No, just the two reactions to that sentence are Cap and Iron Man."
Yeah,
and Cap has the face of someone who lost a friend, and Iron Man looks like somebody who tried it.
Yeah.
And they both look devastated in different ways.
I gotta.
It's
watch
amazing.
It again. Yeah.
I just got chills talking about it myself because I'm a fucking douche. Anyway, let's go to the next one.
What?
The next one is mine.
Yes.
I am wearing the right shirt for it. This is a Deadpool shirt. Mm-hmm. Don't you have some accessories for this?
I'm not gonna wear it.
Oh, you're not gonna put it on?
All right, I will. Watch.
Good. Oh, yeah, it's right there.
It's right here. Look. I got my kid's Deadpool mask. Here, I'll take off my hat. Don't look at my hair.
I bet it's your kid's.
It is. Watch.
This is what he wears in the bedroom with the projector.
Can you hear me? Go ahead. Okay, I can't even do this.
I couldn't take you seriously looking at it. Now I understand why he wears a mask, because I wanted to punch it constantly. I wanted to start swinging my arms till my arm went dead. So this is Chicago. You're my inspiration. The ultimate fight scene from Deadpool.
The end fight scene, right?
The end fight scene. This is where he finally fights Francis.
Yeah.
And Francis gets the upper hand and stabs him in the head.
Yes.
Not grazing him. Knife in the side.
Yeah.
And this song starts playing while he's looking at his love. And he sees animated unicorns and stuff. And he's reaching for the knife. And because he can't see it, he can't grab it. There's music is slowing down.
Off. Yeah.
She's saying asshole, but real slow motion. Asshole. And before he pulls the knife out, the music slows down to almost a crawl, and I immediately thought, of the Walkman I had in high school, where the batteries, by the
batteries
end of
would
the
die?
day, it turned Alanis Morissette into fucking doom metal. I was like, oh, and then he pulls it out and it just completes.
Yeah.
It's such a stupid scene. This movie, we were talking about how good the movie is.
Yeah.
Incidentally, I've completely forgot it was on this list while we're talking about it. I love it. I love the references.
Yeah.
The fact that he leaked his own demo footage to get the movie
To get the movie made. Yeah.
using a Salt and Pepper song, which also was funny.
Yeah.
It didn't really have this, this perfect scene mentality.
Well, it didn't
to
have the context,
yeah,
but
It
it
was
showed
missing that.
it. But it showed what Deadpool was going to be,
it did.
and it worked.
And some of the best quotes in this.
Yeah.
It's just a nonstop 24 hours of clown. Was it clown porn and cake mix, powdered cake mix and clown porn.
Right. And I don't know if anybody picks up all the little. I don't remember if it was Deadpool 2. All the lines reference. I should have worn my white pants.
This guy knows what's up. He wore his brown pants.
Yeah, I mean, come on. It's so perfect.
Blind Al in both movies is fantastic.
And how in the beginning, in the first one, he tells it's right next to the cure for blindness. And then in the second one, when he opens the floor,
6 keys of coke and the cure
and
for
the
blindness.
cure for blindness is
So good. And
Yeah.
self-referencing, fourth wall breaking.
yeah.
Sorry, fourth. Third wall is the one we flip off as somebody walks out the room. Fourth wall breaking and self-referencing and
yeah.
very aware that he's the star.
Yes.
And I love it.
And I don't think anybody else could have played it except for Ryan Reynolds.
No. But that's also because they kind of built the character around his...
yeah.
They built some of the later Deadpool stuff around his character, around his personality.
Yeah.
And then he built Deadpool around himself. I have no control over the police here. Like I have control of the police somewhere else.
At home, I'm good.
At home, I got him. Like, guys, around the corner to the left. No,
We're recording today. Excuse me.
gentlemen, lights only. Not too bright though. Fucking terrible. I have a problem.
Uh-oh. What's wrong?
It stopped recording video.
Why?
I don't know. I don't even know what happened. Yeah, it completed like a half hour ago.
Awesome.
That's fucking terrible. I need to know how long this video is, and I'm going to mute and play, and we're going to go on to the next one.
All right, go ahead.
Tears for Fears, Head Over Heels from
Donnie Darko.
Donnie Darko. And this is, you hadn't seen one of my movies?
Uh-huh.
I didn't see this.
You've never seen Donnie Darko?
No.
So Donnie Darko, I'm still not even sure I know what the hell it's about.
I literally have never seen it. I was just amazed that in just a few minutes of this scene, I saw so many famous people.
Yes.
That I had no idea were
Or
in this movie.
Right. And I haven't seen the movie in God knows how many years. I forgot how many people are in that.
Like I
Noah Wiley.
Yeah, I was Patrick Swayze, Noah Wiley, Drew Barrymore. I
Yeah.
had no idea these people were in this movie.
Yeah. And also Seth Rogen.
Seth Rogen doing coke with mullet guy.
Yeah.
Who I don't know.
No, he was. I don't think he's a.
It didn't matter.
And also Jake Gyllenhaal
That I knew.
is
I knew he was in
Donnie
the movie.
Darko.
Yeah.
And I think that's it. I think that. But this scene basically, it shows you who you're going to see throughout the whole movie, right? Except for Donnie Darko's parents,
Okay, that makes sense.
because I think there's, if I remember correctly, this is a little ways into the movie. It's not the opening scene.
Okay.
This is when he goes to school. Like he has a little opening scene, and then he goes to school, and this is how they basically introduce all the characters in this one shot, which is basically a one shot twice because they put that flash in the middle to go outside. So it's 2 1-shots basically.
I do like one shots. My favorite being the beginning of
Reservoir Dogs.
No, not Reservoir Dogs.
What?
The beginning of Goodfellas.
Okay.
The date night.
Yeah.
That walk through the club. That one shot is amazing.
Yeah.
There's a couple of them that exist, but that to me that's my favorite because it's like 9,000 things going on at the same time.
Right.
And you fuck that up. It's a nightmare.
And I forget, this is not the original song they wanted for it. I wish I remember.
I can't imagine what they'd want in replacement of this.
Right? It works perfectly.
It does work for the scene.
Yeah.
I knew nothing of it, but it was interesting.
So Donnie Darko is he has these visions. I don't know how to explain it.
I just want a timeout.
Go ahead.
Earlier when we started this, I had mentioned The Crow and angsty
Yeah.
Mike, and it was a goth girl
Right.
staple. This was the other goth girl staple of the early 2000s.
It was. Yeah. I guess I went
think
the
that was-
opposite way.
That was the thing. I did not get into this because I was not into any of that at that time.
But into what? Into
I wasn't into.
But this you couldn't tell. You couldn't tell what this was.
I think that's why I was so there was no indication of what it was about.
Yeah.
But everyone was talking about it. You say, oh, you have to watch.
Yeah.
And I was like, you know what? Fuck you. I'm not watching it.
Yeah.
And that's
Well,
that's
what got-
continued to this
and
day.
I'll tell you the only thing that got everybody into this movie, I would say, is Frank the Bunny. I'm sure you've heard of Frank the Bunny a million times. You just have no idea what it is.
I have no idea.
It's Donnie Darko's vision.
He imagines a giant bunny.
Yes, a guy in a bunny suit with big gangly teeth and stuff like that. You've never seen Frank the Bunny?
I don't think I have.
Anyway, that's who he doesn't.
I thought of Greg
He
the
talks
Bunny.
like a man, by the way. He doesn't talk like a bunny.
I hope not.
No, that'd be really weird. Actually, probably be pretty cool. But no, but he talks like because it winds up. Spoiler alert again. It winds up that later in the movie, Frank the Bunny is somebody who was killed.
Okay.
So it's
Cyclical?
I don't know if it was. What do you mean cyclical?
It brings it back to the same character.
Well, that's the whole thing with Donnie Darko is that the movie starts and ends the same way.
Okay.
It starts with
An incident.
an incident and it ends
on
with
the
that incident. So you don't know if it's telling the story or it happened again. It's so confusing.
Okay.
Yeah. It's a great movie in the middle.
I'm gonna throw an I don't like it on this. Just
Why?
I have no interest in.
Thinking?
If you know me, you know I don't like thinking. I like my burgers with cheese. My thoughts to be empty. And I was gonna say something really dirty after that. I'm gonna leave it out. It's gonna be terrible. But yeah, it didn't grab me at the time.
Yeah.
I might take a look at it now.
Yeah, give it
20-something years
and
later.
Also, there's a director's cut. They put, I don't remember how many, a couple more minutes in, but it actually does help a little. Like the theatrical cut is a little more confusing than the director's cut.
Okay.
Because the director's cut actually allows you to see certain things that they took out.
Okay.
So I would look for the director's cut if you wanted to.
I can give that a shot.
Did you figure it out?
No, I have no idea.
right.
We're gonna. Unfortunately, this one's not gonna have video.
All right.
I'm a little pissed,
Yeah.
a little disappointed.
All right.
This is because I decided to try something new. My own fault.
You think it was the laptop?
I think it's me.
What'd you do?
I tried something different. I tried a new setup.
Yeah.
I had that set up perfectly.
Yeah.
And I decided to do something new.
Yeah.
And I'm an idiot.
All right.
It's my own fault. So we're gonna move to the next song.
Do it.
This is the
Your
Cure.
song. Yeah.
This is "Burn" from The Crow, 1995.
Yeah.
This is you haven't seen it, so it's
No.
hard to explain.
Who's the song by? Like
This
song.
is The Cure.
This is The Cure?
The Cure.
Okay.
This entire album,
Yeah.
the entire soundtrack,
Yeah.
is a masterpiece.
Okay.
It's got so many great bands.
Uh-huh.
9 Inch Nails is also on here.
Are they? What song?
It's actually one they wrote for this.
Okay. I've probably heard
not
it.
from an album.
No.
Dead Souls, I believe it's.
Oh, I don't know. I
Yeah,
probably
no,
have. I don't
each
know.
one of the songs is just amazing.
Yeah.
The later half of the album gets a little funky,
Mm-hmm.
gets a little weird, but really good songs,
Yeah.
really good stuff.
And the movie is good too. I mean,
It's I like it, but also I liked it because it was a martial arts guy not doing martial arts. It's not a martial arts movie.
yeah.
Even though Brandon Lee was known for being
The only
son.
martial arts movies I like are like Kill Bill and stuff like that. I can't.
We're gonna have to do a movie episode.
Yeah.
Because I have so much to say on Kill Bill, and it's all positive.
Oh, okay, good.
No, I love those movies.
Yeah.
And we have to show you some fucked up fight scenes because Kill Bill has some fucked up fight scenes.
Yeah.
But they come from older, more
Right, the
fucked
big-
up fight scenes.
They come from the old kung fu. Like I remember when growing up. I don't know if this is gonna age me. It is definitely is. When we were growing up, at least here in New York, on Channel 11, I think, or Channel 9, they had on like Saturdays or
9,
Sundays,
Channel 9, WWOR.
they had they had the old kung fu movies where the mouths didn't the old trope of
Yes.
the mouths don't fit the
And
words.
you know that's just from dubbing,
Yeah, no, but I mean,
poor dubbing as well.
right, but that's what I remember, and
Mm-hmm.
then that's why I like the Kill Bill stuff because it was so outlandish. And
It's a
so,
callback to that too.
right? It's so over the top. Like when she cuts an arm off, it sprays the blood all the way
Which
across
is
the room.
from a lot of the Shaw Brothers
Yeah.
kung fu movies. Blood sprays everywhere. There's a Japanese movie called Zatoichi, the Blind Swordsman. They remade it in America to the movie Blind Fury.
Mm-hmm.
It's that kind of movie where it's a blind guy with a sword just fucking everyone up.
What about Balls of Fury?
I'm so mad at you. I hate that I like that movie.
It was come on. It's terrible.
Christopher Walken with
Yeah,
with
with
the
the-
hair. We're gonna play ping pong, or as the Chinese call it, ping pong.
Ping pong.
And I'm glad there was no stereotype accent on him.
Yeah.
It was just
It
him
was just
being
him.
Christopher Walken. And I thought it could go very racist because the hair and the
Yeah.
way he was dressed. And then all of a sudden it's like, hello.
Yeah.
He's just being
Christopher Walken.
Christopher Walken all the way through.
Right.
Yeah, it was magical.
Yeah.
And Gary Wong playing Gary Wong in a movie about something.
Right.
It's always being an old man teaching
just
somebody
turned-
something.
He just turned 94, I think.
So old, but thankfully he's still here.
Yeah.
He's so good.
Yeah.
I hope he's not acting. He needs to rest.
I don't know.
He's been in everything.
Yeah. Seinfeld.
I'm not doing it.
What? Do it.
I'm not doing.
Come
I'm not so into Seinfeld that I'm going to start quoting Seinfeld. I don't
boo.
deserve. It doesn't deserve me to butcher it that way.
Also, you have to do an accent.
Yeah, and I don't.
Yeah. I don't think we should do that.
I don't do that. It's just not right. But yeah. Oh, so the great thing about The Crow, I brought it back,
Yeah.
is that it's a good movie.
Okay.
It's a solid movie. It's not an
Is
amazing
it a revenge
story.
movie?
It's a revenge movie.
It's a John Wick movie?
No.
Never be a John
It's
Wick
a
movie.
it's a supernatural revenge movie.
He comes back from the dead, right?
Yes. A year after he's murdered.
Okay. And why is he the crow?
A crow brings him back. Crows carry souls to the other side.
Oh, okay.
That's old mythology.
Okay.
And they use that to build the story of a guy who was thrown out a window after he was beaten, thrown out a window. His wife was raped and murdered. His fiance was raped and murdered. He comes back to a year later to exact revenge.
Okay.
And hilarity ensues. I don't know.
What?
No, I'm kidding.
Holy crap.
It's just a feel good. No, it's
After that,
it's a
the
brutal,
laugh riot.
It's a brutal revenge movie.
Yeah.
And one of my favorite things about this movie is knowing that they use CGI so heavily for like 2 or 3 parts.
Yeah.
And they're not seamless, but they're close.
Yeah.
And for the time, it was magical.
Yeah.
Because he
Right, because he
had
died.
during the
How
filming.
how far in? Like 3/4 of the way through? Or?
They had like 4 or 5 scenes left.
Yeah.
And most of them were action scenes, so they didn't need his face. But
Yeah.
there were a couple that they did.
Yeah.
And they used CG for those.
Really? And,
And
back
they-
in 94, 95 or
Yeah.
whatever it was, that's
It was. I mean, they put a lot of effort into it.
well, I don't know if this is
Not Jurassic Park.
no,
special
but what I'm
effects.
saying is, did that help? That
Some of it did. Some of the
I'm not saying
cutting
like
and pasting into
right.
into images.
Right, that
did
must have
help
helped.
greatly, Yeah,
you
but
know,
it was so. I mean, it's intensive for what it is.
yeah,
And he died very, very unfortunately.
yeah.
He is responsible for one of my favorite quotes, not from this movie though.
Is it
He
a
was-
real quote?
It's a real quote.
Come on, please.
Showdown in Little Tokyo.
Oh, no! I thought you meant like it was like a him quote.
No, it's a
It's from a
character
movie.
quote.
Okay.
So Dolph Lundgren's getting like weaponed up
Yeah.
for some battle, and he's got a shotgun. He goes, "Before we go, I just want to let you know, you have the biggest dick I've ever seen on a man." And Dolph Lundgren goes, "Thanks." I swear to
Why?
God, Lundgren wrote the movie just to put that in there.
It was no context.
No, there was no
there was
context.
there was no him walking through the room naked or anything.
Nope.
Just Brendan Lee
Just
saying
Brandon
you have a
Lee
big
saying
dick.
you have the biggest dick I've ever seen on a man, which implies so much. It's really funny, but at the same time,
Was it supposed to be funny?
I hope so. If that was a serious moment, I guess the music would determine it.
Yeah.
You throw fucking
Benny Hill behind it.
Benny Hill, it's adorable. You throw, you're my inspiration. It gets a little fucking little nuts. So we're gonna move to the next scene.
Go ahead.
So this is Psych with Goodbye Horses
Yes.
from Silence of the Lambs.
Yeah, baby.
And this is the Babe Ruth pointing out where he's hitting the ball and then hitting it.
Come on.
You nailed this.
Come on.
The second I saw the list,
You went,
your side of the list, I'm
"Son
like,
of
he beat me to it. And it's so fucking perfect.
Now, this was good in itself, only because of the part of the movie, right?
Oh, it
the
builds,
line.
It builds
would, you
such
know,
tension.
I'd fuck me, you
Yeah.
know? But I sent this.
It also leads everything that Hannibal Lecter said to be correct, just not about the person he was talking about.
Right.
The idea of the person wanting to be a different gender and being unable to get the surgeries and being not approved due to psychological reasons.
Right.
All of that being true. Finding, body parts and stuff in a locker, and then this scene.
The shock of this
solidifies it.
scene. Yeah.
And it's the tucking and all that. That's funny.
But it's not. No, but it's not
supposed to be
supposed
shocking.
Right. Excuse
But
me.
it's,
don't
to me,
get
it's
wrong.
funny.
No, but it is now.
It was funny then too. I was a
Well,
kid.
we were
I was
kids,
like,
yeah.
I've done that in the shower. Do that in the shower now.
To the air, right? But what makes this even better now is that my brother-in-law and I we send each other playlists on Pandora, right? And there's this one playlist, I forget the name of the band, but it's all music like this, right? And every once in a while, this song comes up, right? And we always, we always send it to each other. But I don't think he realized where the song came from. So one time he sent me a voice text of the song playing on the radio, right? So I just sent him a screenshot
Of Ted
of the
Levine.
tuck, right? He sends me back. What did he say? I didn't need to eat lunch anyway.
Which you said to me. I didn't need dinner tonight. So the Buffalo Bill, the
Yeah.
bad guy, is played by Ted Levine. Also, the chief from Monk.
Yes.
Every time I hear his voice, I think of Buffalo Bill.
Yeah, he plays a lot of different things.
He was in a remake of, oh man, The Hills Have Eyes.
But it's the voice.
Yes.
Because he has this.
And
Yeah.
there's a very specific sound he makes as Buffalo Bill.
Yeah.
And in The Hills Have Eyes, he's trying to fix something, and the guy behind him is like, "Hey, is that going to work?" And he turns and goes, "What?"
Yeah.
And I lost it. I'm in the theater giggling, and just the sound.
It's that he has like his voice comes out of his throat.
Yeah, it's coming from here. Wait.
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
And it's like the second it gets in there, it's stuck in my head. I'm
Yeah.
going to be doing that on the ride home tonight with my wife and son in the car. I'm going to be precious. The dog. Just
Yes. You push the lotion in.
him screaming, "Put the lotion in the fucking basket," and just spit coming out. It's rage, and
Yes.
that character is just, it's rage bubbling under a surface where he's trying to be calm because he knows what he's going to do eventually,
Right.
and he's just biding his time.
Yeah.
I love it,
Yeah. And imagine, I just think
and this is
all these things you watch and you listen to, like even when I listen to podcasts and stuff about like, I listen to murder podcasts. I'm not.
I sent you a documentary on thing about the documentary on Jeffrey Dahmer.
Oh my God. Don't ever watch. Do you like documentaries? Don't ever watch the document. Don't ever, anybody ever watch the documentary called Dear Zachary.
Oh, I have.
You watched it?
Oh yeah.
Oh, the worst day of my life besides 9/11.
So that's a pretty steep drop off,
Dude,
9/11, and then the day I watched a movie.
It's not a movie. It's a documentary.
It's still a movie. I watched. I had to log into Netflix and stare at something for an hour and a half to 2 hours, and this is the second worst thing to ever happen to me. The first one
Okay.
was the time where 3,000 people died.
All right.
That is a steep drop off.
Okay, really? You're making me feel terrible now.
Good. You just compared a documentary to one of the greatest tragedies in American history.
I don't mean to be
The
laughing.
largest loss of civilian life.
All right, Dave. Maybe it wasn't the second worst day of my life. Holy shit.
I was gonna cheap shot. I don't even have to. You just painted yourself into a wall, right in the corner.
Anyway.
Oh shit.
Anyway, getting back to it. Don't watch that documentary.
Watch it.
No,
Please
don't.
watch it.
No.
It's so messed up.
It's like Jim Norton tells people it's a comedy.
Yeah.
When they haven't seen it.
That's the same thing I told people about Don't Fuck with Cats.
Oh, that was a terrible
It
one.
was
too.
terrible. It's meant to be terrible.
Yeah.
But
I specifically told people it's a kids movie.
But getting back to it, I always think of like what the killer was thinking. Like
well, there's
in their mindset. I don't get it.
the hardest thing to understand, and we'll talk about a real serial killer, one that we talked about, Jeffrey Dahmer.
Yeah.
There's no legitimizing what he was thinking.
Right.
Because a sane person wouldn't think that.
Yeah.
And that's the ultimate flaw in
Yeah.
a serial killer.
I don't know. I watch some of these documentaries and I listen to some of these things, and
And you wonder,
I'm like,
what the fuck were they
yeah.
thinking?
one that sticks in my mind was a guy who invited this guy over, left his garage door open. The guy walks in, the garage is dark, and he like hits him in the back of the head with like a shovel. And I'm like, and he had like plastic. He planned it out,
Yeah.
like to kill some innocent dude.
Just remember when they found, like, I talk about Jeffrey Dahmer because that was huge.
Yeah.
Like, it was a huge find and it was incidental.
Yeah,
Just the idea that they found all this because a guy got away
yeah.
and they had to go back to get the handcuff key off. They wanted to get the handcuffs
Mm-hmm.
off the guy. And they have, the cops use Smith & Wesson
Yeah.
handcuffs. This wasn't Smith & Wesson.
Right.
So they had to go back to Dahmer's apartment to get the key. And he didn't have the key.
Yeah.
Because he used to get them off by sawing their hands off.
Yeah.
So he's like, yeah, he's pretending to look around for it, and eventually they discovered the orgy of evidence in this guy's house.
In his fridge or
including-
whatever, right?
It was
What?
in his room. He had pictures
Hmm.
of people's bodies being splayed open in that room.
Oh God.
And then when they looked in the fridge, there was a head.
Yeah.
There was a head in a freezer.
Bunch
and then
of
they
penises.
found them in the freezer, and they found them in a vat,
Yeah.
basically liquefying over time. Yeah, it was fucking crazy. How did we get on this? Oh, that's right. Ted Levine,
Oh.
Silence of the Lambs.
We're not even done with serial killers yet.
Hopkins.
Yes. Yeah, the man's a genius.
The most effective scare tactics while being completely calm. Mm-hmm. Just pure intimidation.
Yeah.
And I love that. Because it never once references that he's as dangerous as he is.
Yeah.
Just having a conversation and just making you feel like he's in control
Yeah,
the
it's
whole
just,
time.
yeah.
And the second you feel like you're in control, he takes it away. And it's beautiful. Is there another? Oh, yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah.
So we're going to go to the next song, and that is When in Rome with The Promise from Napoleon Dynamite. This movie,
This movie is so polarizing.
I don't know how it's polarizing.
People hate it.
Who?
I've met people who I tell that I love Napoleon Dynamite, and they go, "How? I didn't get it." There's people who don't understand. I didn't understand. I watched that whole movie. I think it was with Mary Jane again, and I think when it ended, I looked at her and I went, "I don't know what we just watched, but that was awesome
I loved it.
because it had no point."
Yeah.
There's no point to the
It's
movie.
the Seinfeld of movies.
Yeah,
It's just a bunch of stuff that happens.
that's it.
I loved it. I love Uncle Rico.
I know.
I love him as an actor, and I love that character.
He throws the steak and it hits him in the face while he's riding a bike. Come on.
Him feeding, I think it was tuna casserole to the llamas.
Come on, Tina.
You
Eat your-
fat piece of lard.
Eat your ham. Eat your ham.
Fucking so stupid.
Make yourself a dang quesadilla. I say that to my kids still, and they have no idea because I haven't seen the movie yet.
Well, you can show them. It's actually, that movie's clean enough.
Yeah. That movie's super clean. That movie there's not a dirty part in that movie.
And it's funny that two guys in that movie are twins. Main
Pedro?
character and Pedro. Both twins.
Wait.
Not of each other. John Hader, he has a brother.
Get outta
An
here.
identical twin, yeah.
Really?
Yes.
I did not know that.
Yeah. Him and Pedro are both identical twins.
Yeah.
Pedro's used to switch. He'd
Yeah.
send his brother to
I remember
stuff.
I've heard that story.
And the other one, they don't look quite exact.
it's like Napoleon Dynamite, but his
Like his
his
confused friend.
weird doppelganger guy.
Less weird.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't get much more weird than Napoleon Dynamite.
Yeah.
Him dancing and then going to get a drink and LaFonda being in the kitchen.
I don't know. That dance he does to Jamiroquai at the end. It's so weird.
It's awkward.
Yeah.
My wife loves dance and
Mm-hmm.
she laughs hard at that. Because it's like everything, every style imaginable.
Yeah.
In 2 minutes. And then he just stops
And then walks off the stage.
Doesn't
Runs.
walk.
Yeah.
Runs.
Yeah.
But people standing ovation. I love it. I went home and I was hot, so I shaved my head.
I know, it's so stupid.
I'm gonna say this.
Yeah.
I've done it.
You've gone home and just
I've
shaved
gone
your
and
head.
just shaved my head.
Yeah.
Not down to the skin, but
Yeah.
short.
Yeah, yeah.
Then the wig.
Yeah, the terrible wig. Vote for yeah. The creepiest part of that movie is Uncle Rico.
Yeah, he's meant to be creepy.
I mean, when they go to take the pictures, and he's talking to Deb, and it's just like I'm just like, ugh, just stop talking to her.
Too
Just
young.
Stop. Yeah, just stop.
And then the muscle woman,
yeah,
when he's hitting on the muscle woman, and ends up being Rex Kwando's wife.
you see these pants? What is
Fucking
this?
Star Spangled Zubas.
Nobody wants to get their ass kicked while somebody wearing these pants or somebody says.
Terrible. And I'm saying it terrible. I love that movie.
Yeah.
I fucking love it.
Yeah.
It's so stupid, but it's perfect.
Yeah, but there are people who hate it.
So we're gonna look at "Hip to Be Square" by Huey Lewis and the News.
Yes.
From American Psycho.
Now this is our second serial killer on my list, which
Yes.
is kind of
Telling.
I don't know, telling of
It's
me.
very
Yeah.
telling.
Yeah, it's. I don't think it's supposed to be comedic.
Oh, it has to be.
But-
it has to be played for laughs. Because the way he's dancing,
Yeah, and he's- yeah,
the
yeah.
moonwalk into the room specifically to hide the axe,
Yeah.
is genius.
Yeah,
Because even if he looked at him, he'd just see him moonwalk and he wouldn't notice the axe.
right. But he wouldn't notice that he was in a poncho.
Well, that's the other thing. He's
A
like,
raincoat?
Are you wearing a raincoat?
Yes, I
Yes,
am.
I am. It was
Do you want a dog? No.
No. It was so playful.
Yeah.
Up into, hey, Paul.
Yeah.
And then the axe comes down with the scream. Ah!
But then the song playing in the background, and I don't know if you know this, but I've jokingly and non-jokingly said that I want to do a Huey Lewis tribute band.
Do you know every time Mike the Angry Wizard had mentioned you said it,
Yeah.
the first words out of my mouth are, I'm in.
Yeah. Oh, cool.
I love Huey Lewis.
So do I.
I love the news. I want the shirt that says, no Huey, no news, no thanks.
I have it.
I know you do. I love Huey Lewis.
Yes. I've loved them since I was a kid.
We heard it. We heard "Stuck with You"
Yeah.
on the radio, and it's been stuck with us ever since.
Yeah, yeah.
I wish it was a joke. The last time I heard "Stuck with You" was the 12-Foot Ninja cover,
Yes.
and it is a perfect cover because it's still very much them.
Yeah.
and it had his blessing.
Oh, did it?
They released it, and then a few days later, they released an interview between the singer and him, and the guitarist and him.
Yeah.
talking about writing and music and stuff like that. He's fantastic.
Oh, yeah.
And just being that positive and yeah, cover it. It's gonna be awesome.
Yeah.
It's gonna make it your own.
Yeah, yeah.
You know who it wasn't? It wasn't Ray Parker Jr.
Yeah.
And that's where Huey Lewis showed the claws a little.
Yeah.
It's like you ripped off my shit.
I never realized until I was older that was
A thing?
I want a new drug. No, I never put it together.
When I heard about the lawsuit, I heard about the lawsuit in the 90s.
Yeah.
And
No,
then
but I mean, I never growing up. I mean, you
I
know,
still love that he won and he gets all the royalties
whenever they play that song.
for the movie. He gets movie royalties.
Really?
Yeah, he gets huge chunks of cash for that.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking Huey Lewis is awesome. I'd
Yeah.
love to say, it's kind of fucked up. No, Ray Parker Jr. ripped him off, and he said, you know what? No, you didn't,
Yeah. Yeah.
and won.
Yeah.
I forget one of these bands got sued recently for one of their more current songs, and the judge was like, "It is inconceivable that you could construe that this could possibly be something you wrote."
Was it the Pharrell song?
No,
The not Pharrell. Robin Thicke.
no, that was
with Marvin Gaye, wasn't it?
that they totally ripped that off.
Yeah, yeah.
yeah. No, this was the guy who accused them. It was a metal band,
Oh, okay.
and it was so obvious that it had nothing to do
Yeah.
with either. And the judge was like, "This is ludicrous."
Yeah.
The guy had sued like 8 other bands. It was one of those overly litigious jackoffs.
Oh, so it wasn't a ripoff.
No, not even close.
Oh, okay, okay.
There is a YouTube channel called Metal That Sounds Like Other Metal that literally will take a song, play the clip, and then play the exact same song by another artist.
Oh, they've showed. Have you seen the Metallica one?
Well, this is from 10, 12 years ago.
No, but this is all the way down to like Master of Puppets.
Some of it goes back to
Yeah.
not Ride the Lightning. It goes back to Kill 'Em All.
Yeah.
I mean, it's also stuff that just sounds like.
It's and I always think of this. There's only so much music that can be written, right? There's only so many notes.
Scott Ian said it.
Right?
He goes,
All the music that's ever been written should be written. Is written or something like that.
No, Scott Ian said Tony Iommi's played every note and every chord you can possibly imagine. We're just ripping them off little by little.
Yeah.
It's the truth,
Right?
The greats played everything, and we're just finding new ways to remix it. You know, you listen, you can hear bits and pieces of stuff and other stuff. We talked about how I don't like Stone Sour.
Yeah.
So the last Stone Sour album I heard was, it had Gone Sovereign on it. I don't know what the name of the album is.
Yeah.
But that song, its opening riff, sounds like another band that released an album 2 years before.
Yeah.
Not a huge band, but a big band.
Yeah.
A band called Texas Hippie Coalition.
What? Never heard of them.
THC. They're hillbillies.
THC.
Yeah. Texas Hippie Coalition. You can imagine what all their songs are about.
Yeah.
It's them and can't remember the name of the other band. There's another Texas band that leans heavily into being from Texas. One of their first albums called Baptized in the Rio Grande.
Wow.
Yeah, but they're really good.
Yeah.
They're very much, you know, they want to be a little bit Pantera. They want to be a little bit not. They kind of fall into that style, and it really works.
Yeah.
It's phenomenal. But I always felt like Corey Taylor heard some of this
Yeah.
and grabbed some of the sound.
I don't know if
I'm not saying he's ripping them off.
I don't think he's
but
that kind of
was
guy.
influenced by it.
Yeah.
Like we joke about, you know, comedians stealing jokes.
Right.
You know, the Carlos Mencia argument. He definitely stole jokes.
Yeah.
But I do feel other comedians have incidentally grabbed stuff.
Oh, of course. They talk about it all the time. Well, you know, they don't want to listen to other people because they don't want to be influenced by it.
Yes. And that's an unfortunately we do it just listening to what we listen to in daily life. I bring up stuff that I use in my everyday language that I got listening to a comedy album.
Oh, of course.
I quote George Carlin on a weekly basis.
Yeah.
And it's impossible not to, especially in the dystopian future we're living in. The American dream, because you'd have to be asleep to believe it.
Yeah. Oh, Jesus.
Was it the Richard Pryor quote? Vampires are allergic to crosses because they're all vampires shriek at crosses because they're allergic to bullshit. it's just those little nuggets of information. So yeah, back to Huey Lewis in the news.
Yeah.
He's amazing. He has hearing damage, so he can't.
He can't do anything anymore.
He doesn't
play anymore.
I wish he would. I wish
know.
there was a way. Unfortunately, there isn't. We have 6-7 albums
Yeah.
of just amazing albums, just awesome number one songs. He wasn't trying to make number ones. Back to the Future.
Power of Love.
Yeah. Then he did that movie with Gwyneth Paltrow where her vagina smells like a candle. No, her candles smell like a vagina.
That's not a movie.
Yeah, no, that's
That's
real
real
life.
life.
Exactly. We're living in a dystopian future. No, they did something where she was it was called Duets.
Yeah.
Where it's him and,
that's right. Yeah.
and
yeah.
he was able to sing in that and he was doing good. I just wish he was still going.
Yeah.
It's like Phil Collins. Never stop, write for somebody else something.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just keep it going. And now we're going to move to the last track.
Yeah.
Are you ready?
I'm ready.
So this is, now do you know the name of the band?
I do. As soon as you say it, I'm gonna know.
This is
I'm the
Steelers Wheel
Steelers Wheel.
with Stuck in the Middle with You from Reservoir Dogs.
Yeah.
Now this has so many weird layers to it. The radio DJ is Stephen Wright, stand-up comedian.
Is it?
Yeah.
I now I gotta watch it.
We're going to play it again when we're done because
Yeah, yeah.
it is so good. He also mentions that Steelers Wheel is Joey and Jerry Rafferty. Jerry Rafferty broke off on his own and wrote Baker Street.
Okay.
You know Baker Street.
I know Baker Street. Yeah.
This is music history.
Yeah.
It's just
That's really I didn't know that.
I didn't know that either until I actually listened to the beginning of the scene. I'm like, Joey and Jerry Rafferty, and I looked it
Yeah.
up, and then I saw Jerry Rafferty, Steelers Wheel, and then they had him and his brother had a huge falling out. But yeah, this song is amazing.
But this scene.
This scene, the dead body in the corner.
Right.
Oh God, it's so great.
Cuts the cop's ear off.
The
Dances.
the dancing,
Yeah.
the fact that you never see the violence.
Yeah.
You see him do the first swing at him, but you see it from the other angle, so you don't
Right, you
actually
never
see
see
make
it, yeah.
contact. And then you see blood, and then the camera looks away, and then you hear like the muffled screams, and then you see him holding the ear.
The ear. Yeah.
And he's like, "Hello, hello, can you hear that?" Fucking with him.
Yeah.
And it's just Michael Madsen knew how to create that just perfect tension.
Is
And
Michael Madsen still alive?
Yes, he is.
Okay. I know.
Tom
I get him and
Sizemore
Tom
on-
Sizemore
I
always
don't
confuse
wait.
me.
I gotta look. Oh no, I don't.
No, I think he's still around.
I don't want to.
I don't want to look it up. I don't want to look it up. Michael Madsen. Mad.
Thank you.
What?
So he has a website where he
has a
talks about
website.
his own movies.
Yeah.
He is 65 years old.
Oh, okay. He is alive. All right.
Yes. So he is.
He's 65, huh?
He's 65.
Oh, look, he looks old in that picture. Yeah.
He's had a hard 65 years. He's
Yeah.
lot of drinking, a lot of drugging.
And because I always get them confused, him and Tom Sizemore. Is Michael Madsen the one that does a movie just to make the money?
Yes. That's his website. He explains why he made movies.
Right.
Some of them were like mortgage payment.
Yeah. And I heard an interview with him that, he
I
was
know
like-
which one. I remember that interview.
He was like, I do movies just to make money.
He goes, I do them, but then at the same time, he's in Quentin Tarantino movies
Yeah.
because he loves Quentin Tarantino.
Yeah.
And he loves his style. And he was in The Hateful Eight
Yeah.
as a character. Who,
I think that's the only one I didn't see. Oh. I think.
I'm not mad at you. I'm not disappointed, but I feel like you need to.
Oh,
By yourself or with
Yeah.
Mary Jane. Just the thing is, not the kids, obviously.
Yeah.
It's a Tarantino movie. Get real comfortable with the casual racism of Quentin Tarantino.
Well, obviously.
It's not quite Django.
I was about to say, I watched Django. I'm all
It's
right.
not quite Django. But almost everyone who's in Django's in this.
Yeah.
Walton
Well,
Goggins.
he likes to use all the same guys.
But there's a reason. He finds guys he likes working with and
Right.
works with them forever.
Yeah.
The fact that he used Kurt Russell,
He's only going to make one more movie.
that's what he claims. And I hope he's full of shit.
Mm-hmm.
Kurt Russell destroyed a $44,000 guitar, but it was technically priceless because it was one of the oldest acoustic guitars in America.
Yeah.
The Martin. Destroyed it.
Yeah.
Not knowing that it was not swapped for the
The replica?
yeah.
Oof.
He felt terrible. And
Who did that?
that was Kurt Russell.
Kurt Russell?
Yeah. And Jennifer Jason Leigh was just sitting there screaming, whoa, whoa. She was not in character when she did that.
Oh, she's telling
She was like, holy shit, no. Because she knew exactly what she was playing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's scary shit. Bruce Dern has been used more than once.
Yeah.
I love Bruce Dern. He was in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Kurt Russell also
Kurt Russell. He was in that Death Proof.
was also the pilot who called in the Phoenix Lights. Yeah.
I don't
baby.
get that reference.
You don't?
I don't.
There was like a mass UFO sighting in Phoenix. And
Wait, he's the one who called it in?
so there was a pilot that called it in. And he was the pilot. He didn't think he was. And then they heard somebody read the transcript and he was like, that was me.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
And it's never been disputed. So it probably was actually
I just
Kurt
want to
Russell.
say, we're going to talk about Kurt Russell for a second. Kurt Russell was the last words to come out of Walt Disney's mouth.
Yes, I know that too.
How fucking scary is that?
Because he was a child actor and Walt Disney loved him.
He said he was the future of Disney.
Right. He was yeah.
He was a great actor. He's still a great actor.
Right.
He's been a great actor this whole time. And he's transcended serious movies, horror movies. He was, I mean, comedies,
The Thing.
Overboard,
Yeah.
The Thing, him and, wait, is it Keith David? David Keith is the white guy. Keith David is the black guy. I've been doing this since I was a teenager. I can never remember. It is ridiculous. But yeah, it was phenomenal.
Yeah.
My brain is still going back to the fact that we're not recording video, and I'm mad.
I know.
I think I know how to fix it.
Okay.
I'll fix it for the next one.
Yeah.
We have the intro of the song by Stephen Wright. And that is funny to me because Stephen Wright is one of the driest comedians I've ever heard.
Yeah.
And
Yes.
he talks about them very dryly.
He's the guy on the couch.
Yeah, he's the guy on the couch. My favorite part of Stephen Wright's comedy is how it's like everything's in walking distance if you have enough time. Just
It makes sense.
almost Confucius-like theories spoken by a moron. The other one, I want to get a tattoo of myself, but scaled down 5%. It's like, you're an idiot. Hilarious, but an idiot.
Yeah.
Yeah, this should be the gateway to us talking about movies. You don't like kung fu movies.
I didn't say I didn't like him. I'm just not,
you're
not a big
into
fan.
action.
Yeah. What?
You're not a big action fan?
No, I'm not a big kung fu guy.
Oh, we'll fix that.
Well, but not. I don't mean like. I don't not watch them because I hate them.
Yeah.
It's just I'm not
Oh, I'll
Interesting.
make you hate him.
Oh yeah.
I showed my wife a movie once, and she was so mad at me. She goes, "I don't think I want to talk to you anymore." It was called. It's. They claim it's a sequel to another movie. There's a famous kung fu movie that came out called The Five Deadly Venoms.
Yeah.
It is well known, and people who like martial arts movies like this movie. They made a sequel, and it has nothing to do. It's all the same actors, but it's a completely different movie called The Crippled Masters.
What?
The Crippled Masters.
Doesn't sound very good.
It is awful. The first guy that gets, because it's not like they were born with different abilities.
Yeah.
The idea is that they were all disabled by one dude,
Okay.
and their goal is to get back and get revenge.
Is it?
It's a revenge movie.
Is it?
The first guy.
Is it?
Are you ready for how bad the first guy?
Is it terribly like overwhelming?
It's so bad.
Okay, go ahead.
The first guy, they squeeze his head until he becomes stupid. They literally tie something around his head until they crack his skull and he becomes stupid.
That's the
first guy.
quote unquote cripple.
One guy, they rip his hands off. They cut his hands off. Another guy, they cut his legs off. Yeah. One guy's blind, one guy's deaf, and they all have to work together.
Yeah.
It's very, very
I'll be your hands.
different. It's very differently abled positive.
Oh, it is. It's not.
It's very positive.
It's not like overly.
No, it doesn't. The only person it mocks is the guy with the thing in the head.
Okay.
The guy whose head got cracked. No, it's bad.
I can't.
Oh, he's childlike. He's jumping around like a monkey. It's not good. But
Sorry, I didn't mean to laugh.
no, you're supposed
No,
to
I
let it was played for that.
Yeah.
Like the guy who did it played it as that.
Yeah.
But the other guys, the deaf guy is a blacksmith. The guy did work. He didn't want to pay him. He clapped him in the ears, and
Yeah.
he's now deaf. Blind guy, I forget the blind guy was, I think, a swordsman or something like that. But it's just each one has
Right.
to help the other ones do their things. So the blacksmith makes legs for the other guy,
Yeah.
hands for another dude. It's like they're all helping each other out, and it's very positive. But it's not a good movie. It's like I feel guilty talking about it. It's so bad. Like, you know, there's guilty pleasure
And
movies.
this is something you want me to watch.
I felt it was an imperative for my wife to see this.
Oh, you're
and now I
terrible.
feel like you need to see the Five Deadly Venoms instead of
That's what it's called.
no, the first one.
all
The
right.
first,
Yeah.
the real one. It is not an amazing movie. It is more of a slow burn thriller.
Yeah.
But the kung fu is your traditional wire fu kung fu stuff.
What's wire fu?
Wire fu is the stuff on guide wires so they can
Oh.
stand on walls and shit.
Yeah.
That's called wire fu.
Oh,
it's
I
a
had
style.
no idea.
Wuxia, I believe it's called
Yeah.
in Chinese.
Okay.
It's a very specific style. It's been around since the 70s and 60s. It's cool.
Yeah.
And then we can look at modern martial arts movies. And we can look maybe at a special jive talking white piece of shit movie and see how you feel.
No, I can't. He became a Russian.
And that's what did it?
Yeah.
Dolph Lundgren played one in a movie, but he's the piece of
He's
shit
all
for
right.
being one.
Yeah, you it turned out if you could
If you could
change, and I could change.
Oh, God. Stallone with his inspirational speeches.
Yeah.
Although he does have a good one in the last Rocky movie. Not Creed.
Balboa?
No, the one before.
Rocky Balboa? Is that what it is? Like that?
Rocky 6, The Quest for Peace. Right. The one where he talks about getting hit and
don't know.
getting back up. He says it's not life isn't about how hard you hit, it's how hard you can get hit and keep moving.
Yeah.
And very true. It's not how much you can do in the world. It's how much can be done to you and you still stay you.
Yeah.
I think that's really cool.
That is.
And at the same time, it's Stallone. Stallone.
Yeah.
I don't know what to say.
He's
1/3 owner of Planet Hollywood. I don't know.
Is Planet Hollywood even still around?
No.
And he,
But you remember he was 1/3 of the
Yes.
ownership of Planet Hollywood.
Yeah.
Him, Schwarzenegger,
And
and Bruce
Bruce
Willis.
Willis. Yeah.
Yeah.
poor Bruce Willis.
I don't
I don't like him, but
I don't like him, but
I don't want this
feel-
to happen. Yeah.
I don't feel like his career should have been cut short.
No, not like this.
I was actually talking to somebody the other day. We were talking about Robin Williams,
Yeah.
and we were talking about Louis Body.
Yeah.
And there's a theory towards the end of World War II that Hitler was suffering from Parkinson's. More recently, they're thinking it might have been Louis Body.
Really?
Because he was taking amphetamines to even himself out. So he
What
was
does
probably
it do?
going through
What does it
massive
do to you?
depression.
Is that what it?
It's a combination of degenerative disease
Right.
and psychological.
Oh,
so it
okay.
makes your body. I forget if it's a disconnect, like aphasia, where you have trouble speaking and trouble
Right.
thinking. and then on top of that is a shake and this
Right.
depression, and the thinking that towards the end, because there are videos where you can see Hitler's handshaking,
Yeah.
where he might have been suffering from. They thought it was Parkinson's, now they think it
now,
might have been
yeah.
Lewy body. And if there's ever a person who deserved it, it was
Right.
fucking Adolf Hitler.
Yeah.
Oh, I feel good ending on that.
Yes. On that note.
So I decided, my wife bullied me into keeping my Instagram name.
Okay.
She goes, you might as well keep it.
All right.
It's not bad.
Nah.
I am basher.exe.
I'm Nugs29.
We have Hit the Stage Podcast at Instagram.
yeah.
We have hitthestagepodcast.com.
Yes.
You can get us at any of these places. We are on YouTube.
Yes.
Hit the Stage Podcast.
Not on this one though.
Not this episode.
This one will be half.
It's gonna no
Oh, it's-
zero.
Okay. This one's gonna be
Zero video. Unfortunately,
Yeah. This one's gonna be just audio.
I'm gonna tell you a little secret though.
What?
I'm still gonna put the artwork up if I can.
Oh,
I might
yeah.
I might put box art for the VHS tapes.
All right.
It's nerdy.
And I think that's it for today. We will see you next time.
Next time, I want to say I will get the video better on the next one.
Yeah. Yeah.
I hope. I fucking hope. I'm so stupid.
The week that this comes out, we'll just have to do a bunch of little clips of ourselves.
Oh yeah, just what they need.
Yeah, I know.
Us in real time. Remember the last video I took of myself?
What, the one with
Grandma's couch? Yeah. Just remember,
No good?
those thoughts fly through my head all the time. Horrible stuff.
record them?
Oh, you don't want that.
All right, let's go.
All right. Take care of each other. Take care of yourselves.
Hail Halford.
Hail Halford. We're out of here.